Good morning, guys. It is 9:06 a.m. on Monday, the 97th day I think I'm doing this. Um, Here is your daily dose of hope. And I've got my shirt, Don't Follow a Path, Make One. And last night I was on a webinar and they said if you stay till the end, you get these gifts. So I stayed till the end. And I didn't get gifts. And it's okay. It's not the end of the world, but I remember thinking, don't get on a webinar next time at, 9:30. So I was up till 11. Not the end of the world, but it's kind of like a diet. I'm trying to just get right back on track, before it just makes my life harder than it needs to be, basically. But I did turn on the meditation, I think right at 11. Told myself it is what it is, go to bed. And I woke up. I don't know when I woke up. I always have a timer. I don't like saying alarm, but I always have a thing set. So that's like my backup. But I have two windows in my room, and what I started doing was leaving the blinds open for the window that's like not by my bed, so that I can, ideally wake up with like naturally. Oh, and also I have my lamp to turn on at a certain time, which is 20 minutes before the actual alarm goes off. So I've got those measures in place, But anyway, when I first woke up, I was like, I'm still tired. I said, we'll do the countdown, see if you fall back asleep. If you don't fall back asleep, then we'll do a meditation. And I did. I ended up doing 3 meditations, I think 3 tappings. And the whole time I was like, it's a fine line because you never want to like dismiss your feelings. You never want to be like, oh, don't feel that. But what I am saying is, oh, I know you don't feel safe, but in this moment we actually are safe, to kind of reorient, So that being said, I did 3 tappings, 3 meditations, and then I told myself, wash your face before you go downstairs. Again, not because I was at all out of control or anything. Like, I'm never worried about that. It's just more of, let me get myself ready for the day. Let me give myself kind of a fighting chance, This summer, I'll get to wake up and not be, instantly in charge and instantly kind of all this stuff thrown at me. So it's a different situation. But this is me saying I still deserve to at least attempt to get my snow globe settled, and like not only settled, but positive and sparkling, like give myself a chance. Plus it allows me to bring that energy to my daughter first thing in the morning, which is ultimately what I do want to do, which I always do. But obviously when it's coming from when I'm filled up a little bit, it's even more impactful, right? And it's easier. So I spent time with her. I drank my water with vitamin C. And then she said, it's supposed to storm at the bus stops. And I was like, and then I thought, okay, that's why we did all this prep. Like, it's going to be okay, like don't panic. And it was just really cool. So when she left, I did my puzzle process, and I ended up finding 4 pieces for the puzzle, which I felt very symbolic, like for the actual puzzle, not just the sorting process, but in the puzzle. So for me, that was very symbolic of all the work I'm doing. And then I told myself, take a shower. And in the shower, I did the thing where I, touch my toes. And I released a little bit because I said you can release, if you need to. Is there anything to release? Then I did my bathroom routine. And then I said, because I'm not feeling the best, but I am feeling grateful. So I said, let's do sun salutation. And I noticed when I did sun salutation and I kind of let myself hang and drop, more emotion came out. And so I had to tell myself, that's okay. It's all good. It's releasing. It's releasing. And then I told myself one of my things on my mini post-its is to lay down or go in my rocking chair just to help my body, And I said, actually, why don't you go in your rocking chair for 15 minutes? And yes, I set a timer because if I'm constantly worried about how much time it's been, I'm not actually in the moment. And that's actually my thing for today. I'm going to show. It says, wherever you are, be all there, right? So if I'm in the rocking chair, I want to be in that rocking chair for that 15 minutes. Otherwise, why am I doing it? Now, I'm not saying I have to do it perfectly, but I'm saying set myself up for success. And for me, if I have a timer set, then my brain's not worried about the time. The time is accounted for. So now I can focus my energy back on what I'm actually doing, And so I did that. I just did some tapping during that and listened to the birds. And I told myself the goal is not to relax for 15 minutes. The goal is to stay in this chair for 15 minutes, kind of like 15 minutes of progress at a time. So I did that. And then I looked at my Post-its and I'm like, I can get a mini exercise done before I do my first video. So I did 10 push-ups and 10 crunches, So I've done all that before 9:15 a.m. And again, none of this is ever to brag. It's to show, I'm dealing with a lot in all aspects, and I'm not even feeling the best. And yet I'm like, I still deserve to do what I can, and you do too. And that's why I'm saying that. So I'm going to drink 20 ounces of water, so I make sure I keep drinking water. And then I'm going to do a body doubling, and I'm going to do 15 minutes of paperwork. And that's hard. That's not easy for me at this moment, but that's what I'm going to do. That's why I'm going to do it. And so if you want to join the free Facebook group, it's Optimize Our Life to Maximize Our Joy, which is truly what I'm all about. And I hear the bird talking to me. It's interesting because when people just say, oh, well, don't worry about that. Worrying is when you're just going around and around and around. I'm executing, I'm optimizing, I'm upgrading, I'm updating, And so, and then if people are still like, why do you think about that stuff? It's like, because I want to. So that's okay. They don't have to want to do that, but we all get to do, within reason. But I'm just saying, we all get to do what makes us happy. And the facts are, I did a lot of stuff this morning that is both, I was going to say short-term relief. It's not even always that, but it's long-term, right? Like if I'm drinking 80 plus ounces of water, which actually I'm drinking way more, but if my goal is 80 ounces at least every day, that's only going to help, Going to bed at a certain time is only going to help. So that being said, here is your reminder to scatter kindness. And yeah, I'm just really proud of myself because, I knew I was going to get up for my daughter. There's never any risk of that, but it's more of, okay, so right now the weather is nice and the birds are chirping. How can I optimize that? And part of me was like, well, go somewhere. And I thought, but is that actually what I want to do right now? Or is that what I think I should do? Because then it looks like I'm doing, you know what I mean? It was like, actually, I just want to feel some peace. I just want to be comfortable. I want to work with the, physical pain I currently have, but never let it completely stop me, if any of that makes sense. But it's from my heart. And yeah, so I'm going to go drink 20 more ounces of water. Love you guys.